Not being Jamaican has really hurt my feelings because I was told my skin tone makes me not Jamaican.
Every time James and I make TikToks, we just get like a bunch of people telling us that we're not Jamaican, which is fine, like you can have your own opinion. The only problem I have is where else do I claim? I was born here, so I don't have a British passport. How does it feel like you're not Jamaican?
Hi guys, once again welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm your host Tyrell Reaction. Now, Jamaica being predominantly a black nation has got the world talking when they see a white Jamaican, when they see a Chinese Jamaican, when they see an Indian Jamaican. Now, what they don't understand is that Jamaica is not a race. Jamaica is a nationality. Like the same, like how the world sees the colors, Jamaica doesn't see it that way. Because for instance, a color that we see to be yellow, to Jamaicans, on their flag, it's gold. And that tells us that Jamaicans, they are unique. They don't see things the same way we see them. They don't see colors the same way we see them. And that's why we see that they have come out online and decided to school the world, to let them know that Jamaica is not about the color, but a nationality. We know Jamaica comprises of a lot of nationalities, a lot of people. For instance, if we want to see Chinese people, we all know, they are in China and all of that. But you'll find Chinese Jamaicans in Jamaica. Indians, same thing. They are in Jamaicans. Like Jamaica comprises of a lot of, or rather a mixture of different people from around the world. Now, I want you to watch this video of how Jamaicans have come out online, try to school the world that Jamaica is not a matter of race, but a nationality. So guys, watch this video up to the end, and remember, every like, every comment, every share makes sure that, or rather ensures that this video gets to be pushed to a wider audience as much as possible. So do the necessary, please. Let's make sure that we comment, share, and of course subscribe to my YouTube channel. So watch this video and then I'll be back with a few comments.
One more thing about Jamaicans. In the Jamaican society, we have many different races coexisting in harmony. Whites, Chinese, Indian, and of course blacks. But there is something special about this that I never knew until I left Jamaica. That is, we never refer to each other as black Jamaicans or white Jamaican. No, we just call each other Jamaicans. And I think that's special. That's the way it's supposed to be.
And just so we are clear, we know that being Jamaican is not a race, right? It's not a race. So you have black Jamaicans, and you have white Jamaicans, and you have Chinese Jamaicans, and you have Indian Jamaicans, right? We know that, right? Right?
Yo, let me tell you something. You said the worst thing you can do to me, the worst thing you can do to me is look me in my face and tell me, say, I lie me, I tell when I say I come from Jamaica. Here? Just because I'm not have blood clot, dreadlocks, I'm not black, I'm not talk patois every day, I'm not go on like say Ray and over. Yo, if I want to chat like a blood clot Yankee every day and talk like say America, guess what? No America I'm raised. I left Jamaica when I about what? 9 years old? 8 years old? 9 years old? What you want from me? You want me to look like a blood clot plate of oxtail? Yo, you see what I did there in New Jersey? And everybody used to tell me, say, yo, you're not a Jamaican. You're not Jamaican. I just want to punch them in that blood clot face. I said the next person will tell me, say, I lie me I tell when I say Jamaica I come from, I swear I got blood clot punch them in my fucking face here. Because I hate that shit, yo. Why the fuck would I lie? But what the fuck I gotta come out of that? And I Kingston blood clot Cockburn pen my barn, brethren. A real bad girl Indian this year. Nobody make it come out upon you. Don't be the person who make it come out upon you. Yeah? Because me make you know, say, not only is A Jamaica I come from, me's a real bad blood clot girl, yeah?
I'm glad you asked this because a lot of people believe that being Jamaican makes you black. It does not mean that. People really confuse race with nationality and ethnicity. So a few things. Race is completely a social construct. There is not a gene, a race gene. It cannot be traced in your DNA at all. Period. At all. Okay? So let's throw the race piece away because I think that's where people get messed up. They instantly assume. So nationality is your country that you are a citizen of. That is your nationality, and your ethnicity is the culture. So you can be Jamaican in ethnicity and in nationality. You can be Chinese Jamaican. You can be African Jamaican. You can be Irish Jamaican. You can be Hindu Jamaican. You can be all of those things, but it does not make you black. And you're just as Jamaican in ethnicity and nationality. Or you could not be it in nationality. You could live in America, but your ethnicity, your background, your culture could be Jamaican, and you could be Asian Jamaican American because your nationality is American. I hope that helps for you. Nationality is the country that you are a citizen of. Ethnicity is your culture, your religion, like all of those pieces. That's your culture. And race, social construct, made up. People just want to label you.
Black in America and she's white in Jamaica. But how? So this is Dominique Gabru from California, and when she lived in Jamaica working with the Peace Corps, the Jamaicans racially categorized her as white, and she thought that was strange because she always identified as black. Dominique said that she never noticed how fluid her identity could be until she moved to Jamaica. She said that Jamaicans almost always assumed that she was white, and on one occasion she yelled back in frustration that she was not white. And this is all because of Jamaica's history. Again, Jamaica goes by hyperdescent, meaning that blacks are at the bottom, mixed race people in the middle, and white people at the top. Some mixed race people moving to America were shocked to be categorized as black. Like most places in the world, Jamaica has a long history of legally categorizing mixed race people as white, as what happened with Thomas Winter's children. You only had to be 3 generations removed from the African ancestor to be legally classified as white. Given that race is a social construct and differs from place to place, it is very likely that some of Kamala Harris's ancestors in Jamaica who had African ancestry were not identified as black. So I'm surprised to see some black Americans so upset that other black people are questioning whether Kamala Harris's Jamaican ancestry was always identified as black. Looking at Kamala Harris's cousin, he looks like he can be a part of Cardi B family. Y'all say Cardi B is not black all the time without batting an eye. So while it may be rude to question Kamala Harris's blackness because she grew up in America and she fits the American social construct for what is black, it is not racist to question whether or not her Jamaican line identified or was black.
Shiny man, talk again. Big up. I got the blood clean. I am born. Yeah, man, that's what I'm born, man. You born in Jamaica? So you have the accents lock put on for yourself.
But they're on the right people.
Not even in my next life. Could never, would never, will never. You know, if you worry about that, babes, me just tuck it in sometimes, you see me? Because it don't really matter what bad mind people want to say, you know. They can't really stop it.
Alright, mommy, some people are confused when you said you're Jamaican but full Chinese. Can you clarify for them?
Alright, don't be confused. Alright, I'm Jamaican full stop. But my parents were born in China, so I am Chinese. And full Chinese, no mix.
What a lucky thing say with the America look green card. Mommy, what would have happened if they send me back to China? We're not dead.
That's all my father did when they wake up themselves. Yeah. Joe sing good morning.
Oh yeah?
And he say Shak Chow is breakfast.
Breakfast.
Me not know no more Chinese language, period. Anybody want to say me know it? Yes, me know it, but me not talking it.
So as a fair-skinned Jamaican, I have been accused of appropriating the Jamaican culture.
Big up my cousin Sim Spice in a real life. Yeah, man. And for all of those people that think Jamaican is a race, I'd advise you to go down to the post office, take a photo, and get a passport. Buy a ticket, go to Jamaica so you could go and see the different ethnic groups that are in Jamaica, right? Because a lot of y'all on this app sound so blasted ignorant, it's not even funny. And you only make yourself look stupid, like a person that has never taken up a book, right? Again, Jamaican is not a race.
1, I am Chinese, I am Jamaican. I don't care how you want to put it. Number 2, I'm not mixed. Both my parents are Chinese. Number 3, I speak English, Patois, and Chinese, more specifically Hakka, because I know people are going to ask. Number 4 is there is a large community of Chinese people in the Caribbean, more specifically in Jamaica and Suriname, Guyana, and Trinidad. If you're Jamaican, more specifically living in the Kingston, Mobay, or Ochi area, or even Portmore area, you're gonna know that there is Chinese people. But for the people who don't know that there is a Chinese community in these Caribbean countries, there's a huge history lesson behind it for the Jamaicans. You should have learned this in grade 4 to 6. I know that Chinese people are not all over the island, so it's likely that you've never necessarily physically encountered one. So it might be a little bit shocking to you, but yeah, you should have learned the history of indentured labors and all of that. For the people who aren't from the Caribbean, a quick Google search would tell you the indentured laborers first went to Trinidad 1806 and Jamaica, Guyana, Cuba, Suriname. So that means there's actually Chinese people in the Caribbean that actually speaks Dutch or French, which I personally think is way more interesting than just speaking patois.
Much like the United States, Jamaica was also a society that was built on slavery. The difference is instead of enforcing the one-drop rule, Jamaica had the brown racial group, which was the racial group between black and white. They were brown, or free people of color, which is where these 4 people would fall under. A chart from a study done in 1960. And if you look at how the races are broken down in Jamaica, you see there's African, obviously this would be people you classify as black, European, people you would classify as white. There's East Indian and Afro-East Indian, meaning East Indians and their mixed black descendants. Chinese and Afro-Chinese, meaning Chinese and their mixed black descendants. Afro-European, or the group known as brown, and then there's other. Jamaica is a country where, due to the Atlantic slave trade, the majority of the people are of African descent. But due to things such as religious persecution, which led to Portuguese Jews and Syrian, Lebanese, Palestinian Christians coming to the island, as well as the indentureship after slavery, which led to a lot of Chinese and Indians coming to the island, there are some Jamaicans who have ancestry that is not solely African. Them having pride in that ancestry that is not African does not equal shame in the African ancestry. It just means that they are able to love themselves in their entirety. Out of many one people, folks.
Of the fact that there are Indian Caribbeans amongst us and that live in the Caribbean currently.
I want to ask Americans a question. Why is it so hard for you guys to realize that the West Indies has different races and ethnicities? Because when I have told a lot of Black Americans this, and I've told a lot of white Americans the same comment, it's all of a sudden I get so much hate for letting people know about my culture. So like my dad's family, as all of you guys should know, my dad's family is from Jamaica, and I have a lot of Chinese, East Indian, Scottish, Irish, Jewish, Black, like there's so much mix up on my dad's side of the family. And I don't understand why it's so hard for people to process that you can be from the West Indies and not be Black. I don't know why that's such a big deal. Like, you know, a lot of Asian and white people went through a lot of difficult things back in the day in the 1800s too because of colonizing, you know?
It doesn't? Oh, man. I really wish I had known that before I started making TikToks on being Jamaican, because now I feel like such a fool. Gosh, how are we going to break it to the Canadians who were born in Canada and were raised in Canada, and now I have to tell them they're not Canadian? Oh boy. Okay. Well, anyway, thank you for letting me know. Honestly, thank you.
Why do you people think that we're going to be like you all? Why do you think we're going to be dull? How do you expect us to step into a room or walk into a community and not be noticed? Hello? What are you talking about? We are Jamaicans. You have a little Chinese community over there, so you have an Indian over there, so you have Palestinians over there, so you have some white people there around there, so one other color smart, them, I don't know them, where them come from, but them they are. Korean, Japanese, listen me no man. The matter supposed to explain it for you. Out of many, one people. I'm realize how true this be. Me I talk to one of my elder them when know my relatives them good, and me I talk to my grandmother the other day, and when them start go down in the history and dig up some old picture, Virgin, look how me dark. Look how me nose big. You know want to see the straight nose white people them? Some pretty tall ear people, but I think Syrian. Me I say wait. So why all of that skip me? But then me realize about everything mix up, come down, and that's how me come out. And stay how me stay. And me feel good. Me I say, what? But listen. People of the world, we are Jamaicans. You understand? We're supposed to stand out. You understand? Because we have nations upon nations. We can come build this place here, and we're there, and we mix up, and make we. So unfortunately, we can't be a little bit and simple. Out of many, we are one people.
If I'm Jamaican, then my ethnicity is Jamaican. My nationality is Canadian. My race is black. There are three separate things. Your race is what you're socially seen as, whether you're black, white, brown, whatever. Your nationality is where you reside, where you have citizenship. So you can have citizenship in Canada, UK, the States. My nationality is Canadian. But I'm black. My ethnicities consist of places in the Caribbean and outside of the Caribbean. So how are you going to sit here and tell me that my ethnicity is Caribbean? Because I'm not just Jamaican, sister. I have multiple ethnicities, one nationality, that being Canadian, and one race, that being black.
So let me tell y'all the difference between Africans and Jamaican. Africans, they're going to accept you no matter what. For y'all, those that don't know me, my daddy's from Nigeria and my mama is American. I tell an African, oh yeah, my daddy's from Nigeria. Or an African sees my last name and they say, oh, are you African? I tell them, yeah, my daddy's from Nigeria. Oh, we're family. My sister, cousin. We are from the motherland. Welcome, my sister, auntie. Oh yes, I'm gonna bring you some fufu and egusi soup. Yes, my sister. I've heard that Jamaicans, they don't care if you have a drop of blood of Jamaican. They don't care if your family, your mama, daddy, born and grown in Jamaica, your granny from Jamaica. If you were not born and raised in Jamaica, they will not accept you. They do not care. They don't care if you didn't born and grow. And then another thing that I see is they'll like Jamaica check you, like what parish you're from. They'll start asking a whole bunch of questions. But I love y'all Jamaicans, but y'all know I love my African people because y'all always gonna accept me no matter what.
Alright, I just gotta clear the air because everyone is jumping to Kamala's defense saying that she's quote unquote black because her daddy is Jamaican. People, please understand that Jamaicans are not black, okay? We Caribbean people from the Caribbean, West Indies, we do not see color like y'all see color. The Caribbeans are mixed just like America. We have all different kinds of ethnic groups, different kind of cultures, different races of people on the islands, okay? Not just one, all the islands. That when we see each other in the United States and we meet up with each other, there's an automatic bond. It's like, oh, but were you for? Oh yeah, oh what man? We family. Recognize ourselves as family because we don't see color or race. We see what island we are from. If you're from Jamaica, we see you as Jamaican. If you're from Barbados, we see you as Bajan. If you're from Trinidad, we see you as a Trini. If you're from St. Lucia, we see you as a St. Lucian. Okay, we don't see you as a black St. Lucian, a Hispanic St. Lucian, a Dominican St. Lucian, or we don't see him as a black Jamaican, a white Jamaican, a Dominican Jamaican. We don't see him as a Puerto Rican Jamaican, Chinese Jamaican, any of that. You're just a Jamaican, okay? And if you're from Barbados, you're just a Bajan. If you're from Trinidad, you're just a Trini. Point blank, you're not a white, black, this, that, or whatever. Matter of fact, when we first came to America, I didn't know anything about black people. I didn't even know black people was a thing. I didn't know I was considered a black person, because that's something that we never used back on the island, especially when I was a kid. Maybe they do now, whatever. But when we was growing up, that was not a thing. I didn't know that I was, quote unquote, considered a black man until I came to America. I didn't know anything about racism until I came to America, because those things does not matter in the islands. If you're born on one island, that's who you are, no matter where your parents come from. And it doesn't matter, because when we link up, we be like, hey, what's up, fam? We family, and that's all that matters. We have a saying, different islands, same people. And it's facts, because no matter what island you go to, you're going to find a broad variety of cultural people. And you know how we know where they're from? When they open their mouth and they speak. You a Trini. Oh, you from Barbados. Or you a Crucian. Or you a St. Lucian. That's how we know each other. We don't know, it doesn't matter what island we are from. We consider ourselves as family. As far as the Kamala being black thing, let's just get to the bottom of it. Okay, before you didn't have any problem with saying that as long as you got one drop of black blood in you, that you're black. You didn't have any problem with that. You didn't have any problem with if they're not white, they're black. You even included Chinese people and Asian people and all of that are literally look just like white people, but except for the eyes and all of that different stuff, but their skin tone is literally just about the same. You don't have any problem with including them and everybody else in your so-called black race agenda. When the black thing became a little bit too direct, then you started saying, oh, well, let's just embrace the color. We're colored then, because we're so many different varieties of people. So then you became colored people. And at the same time, now that this woman is up for presidency or up for this seat, that seat, or whatever, now we have to differentiate what kind of colored person she is. What kind of black, how much black does she have in her blood? And all of that crazy nonsense. She's not the one with the problem, y'all are. Even if she said she was Indian or black. That's what y'all say. Y'all ain't never had a problem with that shit before. But because now, something is at stake, now all of a sudden, we got to break down the values within how much blackness there is there. Just crazy.
Caribbeans are not black and shouldn't be celebrated during Black History Month. Now that I got your attention, I'm going to explain why this is incorrect. So to sum it up, I am in this group chat with some high school friends, you could say, and long story short, I guess they weren't happy about the Black History Month assembly, and they voiced their opinion. I guess they didn't like the fact that this dance group called Creative Movement went up on stage and they were shaking their behinds or whatever to Afrobeats and dancehall, and she said that actually has nothing to do with Black History Month, which is a celebration of black culture, and black as in... Since I am from a Caribbean descent, I said that she sounded ignorant, and I proceeded to tell her that African and West Indian culture is very important to black history. Yes, Caribbean and black culture are two different things, but at the end of the day, we're still the same thing, and we're black. Both went through oppression, both went through discrimination, both went through slavery. Like, let's talk about it. Then she proceeds to say, Tiana, you're quite literally Caribbean American, not African American. Last time I checked, when I go to apply for a job or fill out any papers, I check off Black African American. Then this person also continues to say that Caribbean American History Month is in June and that we have a whole month to ourselves and to stop colonizing their month. Black History Month is not only to celebrate African Americans, but it's to celebrate all black people and their achievements that helped contribute to black history. Now, I'm not the smartest person, but I know enough about my history to educate others. And it says here that black Jamaicans have made a significant contribution.
So guys, having watched that video up to this point, I'd love to really say this. Thank you so much for the love and support you've been showing unto me. I mean, I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for you. You've shown me so much love and support. You've really encouraged me. You've told me over what to do. You've, like, for instance, in short, what I'm trying to say is all along this time, you've been guiding me as I maneuver through this life and trying to make my mark on this world. Now, thank you so much. So let's talk about the video that we've just watched. And it's about Jamaicans schooling the world, letting the world know that there is more to Jamaicans than what we see, than people seeing it to be a country of races. Jamaicans have come out and told the world, explained to the world, make the world understand that Jamaica is not a race, but a nationality. And that's why it comprises of a lot of people. Mixed races are in Jamaica. And the most amazing thing about this is that when we refer to them as Chinese-Jamaican, when we refer to them as white Jamaicans, when we refer to them as Indian Jamaicans, well, Jamaican, they refer to them as Jamaicans. These people themselves, they refer to them as Jamaicans. They don't refer to them as Chinese Jamaicans. They don't refer to them as Indian Jamaicans. They don't refer to them as white Jamaicans. That's why to some point there is an interview of White Yadi whereby he was questioned about his ethnicity. And many people were saying that he is not a Jamaican. And the guy really got upset. He asked them, like, why do you people think that Jamaica is a country of races? Jamaica is a country that doesn't see colors the same way you people do. In short, Jamaicans, they completely don't see colors when it comes to humans. When humans are involved, Jamaicans don't really see color. They'll call you for who you are. You see? And I really applaud White Yadi for standing up for himself and the other people, because we've seen people really confuse, or rather say that he is a white Jamaican, or rather because you're white you cannot be Jamaican, because you're Chinese you cannot be Jamaican, because you're Indian you cannot be Jamaicans. They forget the Jamaican motto that out of many people, one people. And that's why you see a lot of people, a lot of these people we see, Chinese, Indians, whites, they flock to Jamaicans because Jamaicans, they really welcome you with open arms, with a pure heart. Jamaicans love everybody. And once you're part of them, there is nothing that can separate you from them. They take you as one of them. They'll protect you. They'll treat you how you're supposed to be treated, with respect. And by respect, I mean maximum respect. We know they always say this. A Jamaican is not that person who, when you step on their toe, they'll just let it slide. They'll confront you. And that's what makes Jamaicans unique. If you respect them, they will respect you. If you get in wrong terms with them, you'll face the roughest side of the Jamaicans. But all in all, what makes them stand out from the rest of the people in the world and the Caribbean is how bold they are, how loving they are, how welcoming they are. We've seen people try to tarnish the name of Jamaicans. We've seen people try to compete with Jamaicans. We've seen people try to fight Jamaicans. And like I always say, I don't know if fight is the right word, but you just name it. You just give it the title that you think suits it. But Jamaica being who they are, they don't really bother. They just know, these people be tripping. They just shake them off and Jamaicans move on with their lives. And that boldness, is what makes them Jamaicans. Being in a position to do small things in a bold way is what makes them Jamaicans. Being kind-hearted, being welcoming, being loving to everybody from different countries is what makes them Jamaicans. So ladies and gentlemen, I want you to tell me in the comment section what you think of this video and what you think of those people who think that because Jamaica is predominantly a black nation, that Jamaica can't have the white Jamaicans, Chinese Jamaicans, the Indian Jamaicans in that country. Engage me in the comment section, and like I said, every like, every comment ensures that this video gets to be pushed, this message gets to be pushed to a wider audience in this world. So let's do the necessary. Let's make sure that this video gets to be pushed to a wider audience as much as possible. Otherwise, I've been your host, Tyrell Reactions. Remember, if you're coming across my channel for the first time, if you're coming across my video for the first time, and as for the video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment please, and of course, if you found my content worth sharing, share it with your loved ones, your friends, and your families. And for my channel, smash the subscribe button. So until we meet again in my next video, peace out and one love.